Good morning. The Star City Wanderers are here, and today we are at Natural Bridge State Park in Natural Bridge, Virginia. So Natural Bridge is exactly what it says it is, a large natural stone bridge. And the state park is particularly significant because George Washington himself visited here and even carved his name in the bridge. So come along with us as we show you the beautiful natural wonder that is Natural Bridge and the surrounding area. But we're gonna go out here now and start the fairly short walk to the bridge.
Okay, this is for fans of Fallout 76. You will recognize this as the bear-proof trash can. The bear cannot get inside of it, but the bear will try.
So do you want to show us how a human should open the trash can? So you have to lift this lever. Now some of these types of trash cans, instead of lifting a lever, you have a piece that you push.
Yeah, a slide lock.
But yeah, it's so the bears cannot get into the trash can.
So yes, if you're wondering, the bears do come up here. You want to leave the bears alone.
Yeah.
They are not cuddly. Winnie the Pooh is an exception, not the norm. You got your picnic area right there.
Now, it is a chilly day today. It is 34 degrees.
Risk, baby. Risk.
But it is bright and sunny.
Mm-hmm. We're Virginians, so it's above freezing, so we're okay.
Yep. So, I hear this all the time. For one thing, folks sometimes mistakenly will say that Virginia is not really part of the South. But the people who say this are really referring to Northern Virginia, which is the area just outside of Washington, D.C. The rest of the state is very different from Northern Virginia and is much more closely related culturally to the South. Yeah.
I don't know if you're into this, but I am a really big fan of the sounds of nature. And the sound of a babbling brook or a stream like that really sort of elicits feelings of calm inside me. It's just water goes at its own pace. Got this nice little river going on. Would you call that a lazy river or just a mildly unmotivated river?
There it is, babe.
Natural Bridge.
Okay.
Pardon me while I run for Justin.
So getting to the Natural Bridge itself, you just walk down the stairs from the visitor center. If you have folks in your party who use a wheelchair or handicapped, there is handicap parking right next to the entrance to the bridge, so you can drive down and use that handicap parking. So it is wheelchair accessible to visit the bridge.
Bridge is created out of limestone. And there are people driving over it.
Yes. Oh, hey, do you think we drove over it when we went on that other pathway?
I think we do. At one point we probably had to, babe, because we went over and then we had to circle back to come down and around.
Yeah.
But I don't think we even noticed.
No. So, Dustin is 6 feet tall. And
That is definitely higher than 6 feet.
see how small he is in comparison to the size of the bridge. So you can sort of see there in the distance the people and the massive size of the bridge. And if you come on a colder day like today, definitely suggest bundling up because it turns into a natural wind tunnel. So it is very windy through here. But the sun on the creek is beautiful.
Really good acoustics in this area. And of course, there is the river, the stream going through, so if you enjoy the sounds of nature, that's one of the big perks of coming on a cold day.
And it looks like there's some water coming down the rocks, as we can see on the pathway is wet.
Natural formations are created like this thanks to water and limestone. Water will actually push limestone out of particular sections and cause it to collect. You get stalagmites and stalactites as a result of drips in which the water carries the limestone sediment into piles.
I think because of the sort of green color of the water, it almost looks warm. But I guarantee you folks, this water is very cold. This is a mountain stream. We're in the Blue Ridge, which is part of the Appalachian Mountain Range.
This is your National Geodetic Survey marker. This is one of the markers that allows you to find your point on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's water just sort of constantly dripping down.
So Natural Bridge is 215 feet high, 40 feet thick, 100 feet wide, with a 90-foot span between the walls. The arch contains 450,000 cubic feet of rock, weighing, how much is that, babe? 72 million pounds.
Or 36,000 tons.
36,000 tons. It's estimated to be at least 500 million years old, and at its peak, the bridge was 1,160
feet above sea level.
Yep.
The Lee Highway, US Route 11, passes directly overhead.
So we did drive here in order to get to the park.
and considered to be the most sublime of nature's works by Thomas Jefferson himself.
You see there are actual trees growing in the rock face.
Yep. So once you come down to see the bridge itself, there are plenty of hiking trails that will head up towards the waterfall. So I think we are gonna try to walk up there. It's only a mile.
Right.
The Virginia State Park website categorizes the hikes at Natural Bridge as easy to moderate. So they should be reasonable for most folks in your party.
There will be a slight elevation as you are walking uphill, but because of the way that the trail is angled or planed, it shouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody that is got major health problems, but for moderate to okay level, you're good. The path takes you along the creek, so you actually get to enjoy the water as you walk. Oh, don't show me, show nature's beauty.
I am showing nature's beauty. It's called Dustin. Are we not products of nature?
Ah, she's getting me with a philosophy, folks. Come on, show the water. It's much older in experience.
My feet.
Your feet?
Yes. So
Just your feet?
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, I bought a new pair of shoes because on our trip to Disney World, where we did a lot of walking, I had an older pair of sneakers that I'd had about 10 years, and they just couldn't cut it anymore. My feet were so tired at the end of the day, so I got these new ones. These are Skechers, and they are the super arch support Skechers that were designed by a podiatrist, and they are so comfortable. I wore them on our trip to Busch Gardens a couple weeks ago, and I'm wearing them here today on our light hike, and they're holding up beautifully. Not that we're sponsored by Skechers or anything. It's not an advertisement. It's just that if you're looking for really good arch support shoes, you might check it out, because I know a lot of times folks are asking, if you do a lot of walking, what are the best shoes?
I think the moral of this story is if you're going to do this, you need comfortable shoes.
And of course, good hiking boot, of course, probably any good tennis shoes or good hiking boots would rock, because this really, it is a light hike. It's not a heavy duty hike. Also, if you're here in the summer when it's really, really hot, something like Tevas or Chacos, sort of the hiking sandals. And that way, if you decide to wade in the creek when it's hot outside, You know what I mean.
Another pro tip, folks, is to bring a fresh pair of socks with you, because once you go on a hike, you'll start to exhaust your feet and your socks will collect grime and just become discomfortable. So having a fresh pair of socks at the end of your hike to change into, they'll completely refresh your feet. Trust me.
He's an Eagle Scout, so he knows these things.
Yeah, insider knowledge, folks. Hey, also, another pro tip, kind of on the down low, bring a little bit of cornstarch. Yeah, my Eagle buddies know what I'm talking about.
Cornstarch, not Gold Bond?
Cornstarch. Trust me.
Okay.
We have, of course, our little secluded shacks. What's in here? No, we're not reenacting the Blair Witch Project.
Something.
I'm just saying.
Oh, there's not really anything over here.
Maybe it's a privacy shed or dumpster. Or,
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe it's like to protect you from the wind or hide from the bears. Or maybe it's to help the bears hide from you so they can ambush you.
I don't know if... Well, they have a little mini amphitheater.
That's right, folks.
Or, I don't know if you can rent this out or...
It says available. Let's take a look. If you live in the Natural Bridge area and want to get married near a stream or perform your off-Broadway play, you can get this reserved by calling 1-800-933-PARK. That's 1-800-933-PARK. And if you are going to do an off-Broadway play here, please send us an invite.
So there's a footbridge to go over the creek or the stream, but it is considered a high flood area. So if there have been heavy rains, then the bridge could get washed out. However, it's beautiful.
There's actually a log that has fallen from the trees and it's lodged here at the street.
This is beautiful. You know, it's been so long since I've been here, I don't remember. I really don't remember any of this.
So, pro tip from a mental health professional, periods in nature like this where you detach from electronics and you just focus on things like the sound of the river or the way the trees or nature look, if you take like 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, and just take in all the details that you possibly can, it's really good for helping to center and to help regulate your anxiety or your depression. We call it mindfulness, actually. Mindfulness is the act of taking in the moment or just getting all of the details that you can. And frankly, babbling brooks or streams like that and beautiful nature like what's around us is very good for improving your mental and emotional health.
Plus, Mr. Dustin and I are both water signs, so we thrive in and around water.
I'm a Scorpio, she's a Pisces. The cave formed over many thousands of years through stream erosion. In 1806, Mr. Jefferson leased out the rock shelter for excavation of the deposits of potassium nitrate. The potassium nitrate was exhumed from the deposits of bird and bat droppings in the soil and was used to make saltpeter, which was used in the production of gunpowder.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up for We're in the sunshine, and it's starting to warm up, and it's such a pretty day.
So right now we're looking at the Lost River, which was part of the saltpeter mine. It's it's a covered up river that they used to transport, and if you look, there's an actual cave system where the water was flowing through. Over some pipes right here and down into its own little waterfall.
So, Mr. Dustin, are you having fun?
I am having fun.
Are you glad that we came out today?
I am glad that we came out and just look at this. Just look at this stream right here. How can somebody not feel joy at seeing that, at hearing the water, feeling the fresh air and the sunshine around? Natural Bridge is open, people, and if you've been locked up for several months to a year, now's the time to come down and visit.
And it's beautiful, and it's outdoors, and we're here. So it is a Friday morning, which we thought that Friday would be less busy than Saturday. However, it is Easter weekend, so today is Good Friday. But there are people here, but there aren't a ton of people here. And so I think this is a good option for something really nice to do if you like to hike or just like nature, where you can come out and you don't have to worry about large crowds, because people are maintaining pretty good distance along the trail. Lots of pictures of my cute husband. Yep.
Of course you feed me, so that means I keep coming back.
What are you implying, Mr. Smith?
That if you feed a wild animal, you will never get rid of them. Ow!
I don't intend to get rid of you, Sylvie.
Well, then you intend to domesticate me, which, again, is what I think marriage actually is.
After a pretty reasonably short hike of about a mile, we get up here to the waterfall, and there's a stone bench to sit on, and the sun is shining, and it's just a really pleasant spot.
So I don't know if anybody else has noticed by the video, but some people have brought their dogs up here. So if you're an animal lover and you need to take your pups for a walk around, you can bring them here.
How do you like the waterfall?
I think it's beautiful. I really like the way that you get these sort of like arched angles here where it cuts through and cascades. So I think that the waterfall is absolutely beautiful. If you have an artist in your family, or if you are an artist, you'll notice that there are certain parallel lines and diagonal lines that form this beautiful composition. Up at the very mouth, there's some trees that have fallen down, and they lean in to sort of add to the composition of it. I think it's just beautiful. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing. It really sort of, it invokes a sense of natural wonder.
Rock face is pretty cool too.
They warn you not to climb on these things, but it's so tempting.
Don't do it, babe. You're gonna don't fall and hurt yourself.
Okay.
Relax.
Everything looks ridiculous under a microscope. So if you sit there and you obsess as to, is this stupid? Is this foolish? Is this superfluous? Does this serve any point? If you put everything under a microscope, everything is ridiculous. Everything is absurd if you grind it down to the smallest detail. You know, atoms, molecules, quarks, most of them are just empty space. Does that make any sense? Not to me. Everything looks ridiculous if you zoom in too close. I see what you did there.
Nobody said I couldn't be clever.
Yes, it's true.
So much sun, babe. There's a layer. Wow. This is the handicap accessible parking lot with a place to purchase your park entrance and some souvenirs, such as
Eco Nation, and Miani, printed on recycled paper.
Here we are at the Natural Bridge State Park Visitor Center. There's free parking at this state park, but there is an entrance fee of $9 per adult. I'm not sure what the child price is, I didn't check.
If you're an avid RV user, there's an RV section right over there. And if you like historical landmarks and like to sleep there, they have the Natural Bridge Hotel.
Yeah, the Natural Bridge Hotel is right across the street from the visitor center, so if you plan to visit, it's a good place to stay, right next to the visitor center.
That is the fanciest visitor center I've ever seen. Actually, here comes the chief as you walk up to it. Sorry, I got Hail to the Chief and Here Comes the Chief mixed up. It's pro wrestling brain, sorry.
The Virginia tourism slogan is Virginia is for lovers. So there are love signs all over the Commonwealth. And this one is here at Natural Bridge. And you can see it features Waterfall, the bridge, an eagle, and some rock formations. We're waiting here at the Pink Cadillac Diner on historic Route 11, not too far outside of Natural Bridge. Pretty traditional looking diner, has kind of an Elvis-y theme going on, and as you can see, it is very, very pink. What do you think, Mr. Smith?
Uh-huh. What can I say except hail to the king, baby. So one thing you're going to learn about the Commonwealth of Virginia and these little small areas is people love Elvis Presley. And as long as those people draw breath, there will be roadside attractions that are themed around Elvis Presley. Think a lot of memorabilia along the wall. And they even have an Elvis statue or bust of Elvis right over there next to the counter.
How are the mozzarella sticks, Mr. Dustin?
They are very good.
Hello, or to Dustin.
Well, hello. I'm full of like breaded cheese and glory.
How's the tea? Do they have good iced tea?
I'm really good at it.
That's good. So Mr. Dustin might be the only person in the South who drinks unsweet iced tea.
I was born and raised in North Carolina, and I don't watch NASCAR, I don't hunt, and I don't drink sweet tea. So they had to kick me out.
But yeah, these are some pretty good mozzarella sticks here at the Pink Cadillac Diner. They were very hot when they came out, so it's super like melty and cheesy, which is really good.
French fries and gravy. Canada is onto something. Got little mushrooms and onions here too. Let's test the steak. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
But an onion too. Even better.
My French dip so far is really good. Okay, we'll give you more of an update once we finish our lunch. But so far, so good.
Yep.
How has the Pink Cadillac Diner been?
It's been pretty good. I would say that it's a little bit more aesthetic. If you were to strip away all of like the music and the wall signage, it would just be a regular diner. So I wouldn't really say that I was super impressed by the food, but it wasn't bad. What do you think?
I thought it was good. Of course, I was really hungry, so.
Yeah, that tends to have an effect on the rating system.
Well, Dustin, how has our day out to Natural Bridge and the Pink Cadillac Diner been?
It's been a lot of fun. It's been cold, but fortunately I wore layers, and so did Mrs. Lauren. We've taken in a lot of nature's splendor. We've saw a lot of natural beauty, but I am ready to go home and go to sleep.
And get warm, because it really has been cold. It was 39 degrees this morning. It got up to 52 and then dropped back down to 47. So it has been, even though it's April the 2nd, it's been a pretty cold day.
Well, outside of that, like when you get up to certain elevations, so people don't know this, but like trees protect you a lot of time from the cold. We're in little points where we've been walking through wind tunnels, so it's been cold.
Yes, it has been. But I think we've had a really good day. And until next time, keep adventuring.